we'll see if they can keep it going. We're going to kick it down to, of course, DFH Stadium. No Wasteland. I want to see some Wasteland with my main man, Wave. Of course, Lawler's on the color. Guys, take it away.
Thanks, Scott. I'm Wave Punk, joined again by my good friend Lawler. And we have maybe what would be the closest matchup we've had today. But, you know, we were saying that beforehand, that like, oh, these teams are really close to each other. But then games 1 and 2, holy cow, it's been a great day of matches already so far.
Yeah, big shout out to Selfless coming out strong in that for last series, able to take one off. And that's the stuff that, you know, there was a lot of people in chat that were talking about, you know, why are they still playing 5 games? And with it being a series, especially with those first 2 teams going, you know, 3-2,
right,
that stuff's going to play huge dividends later on when it comes down to, you know, calculating all these wins, who's good ahead, who's not. So being able to take one off of stuff like that is going to help. And that's where these guys really need to come out, is Onslaught needs to show they're able to come out and play. We actually had them in Rocket Royale playing pretty strong against KOU, but KOU squeaked ahead. That's kind of the stuff that's where it's really going to end up being. But if these guys can do what we know they're capable of, I mean, the team coming out, to my knowledge, is Husky, Classics, and
Espion?
And Espion.
Yeah.
Espion's really good at going up top.
Absolutely.
With having Husky back there for defense. I mean, that's going to give Classics the ability to follow up. So if they can keep those rotations going, I mean, expect this to be a breakneck game. These guys are going to really have to fight for it.
Yeah, Onslaught, a team is known for great rotations, solid play. They've kind of fallen a little bit in the power rankings this week. Fell down to, they were at 3rd. I think they fell to 6th.
Sure.
But, you know, that sort of... that can fluctuate from time to time. We've talked about before. We talked about this last week a lot, that a lot of times with the power rankings, you're talking about the top 10 teams, there's a lot of interchangeability. Like, we have IBP, and then we kind of have everyone else in this big group that, like, you know, on any given day, if they're bringing their A game, they can really show up. And so, you know, you have the former team number 3 up against number 2 in Kings of Urban. This should be a great match. Let's get into the match. Back here on DFH, as you all know, we will have Kings of Urban in the orange, Onslaught in the blue. Sad Jr. set to go on kickoffs along with Classics. Kickoff's going to be pretty neutral, going off onto the side. Espion going to try and pass this one up, pushing over onto the orange. Fireburner's going to take it from him. Immediately turn that into a Kings of Urban offensive off the backboard. Fireburner's able to dunk it away. There we go. First goal in the first 10 seconds.
Man, that was really quick. I mean, look at this big switch. Espion's still floating through the air. And that's the thing. I mean, the ball hitting off the crossbar is very tough to read. But when you're able to get on the upswing of that, Fireburner has an easy push in.
Yeah, the fake from Jacob was amazing there. He was going up to get the ball, and the goalie stayed on the ground. Fireburner was able to set himself up that one off the backboard, though. Dunk it away. They're going to strike very early here in game number 1. And here they come again, trying to pass it around. They're going to be able to get in the way of that one, though. Ball's still going to be up on the blue side. Classic's going off on the wall, kind of whiffing that one. Husky going to be able to take ball control now, push it over into orange. Winning that 1v1. That's an open goal. There's a tie game.
Man, Husky, look at the flick coming off of his car here. He's going to take the patient shot here, plays it back to the outside. Unfortunately, Sad doesn't get the touch that he wants. And recognizing that Fireburner is flying through, he plays it to the inside around that car. Beautiful touch. He just got even luckier, the fact that nobody was back there for defense.
Absolutely. Husky there coming up clutch for his team, winning the 1v1, putting them on the board, equalizing things. 4:30 to go here, all tied up. DFH Stadium, Espion's going to kind of whiff on the wall hit there. Classics with a nice touch there, Husky, excuse me, with a nice touch there. Sad Jr. going to be able to clear that one out to the wall. Espion keeping this pressure up. Jacob hanging back in goal. Here comes Classics from the backfield, putting it up onto the crossbar. And Jacob coming out is going to win the 1v1. We have a tearaway opportunity here. Fireburner going to go on target, but Espion able to rotate back into goal. Keep that one away.
Yeah, Espion, really easy rotation there, playing patient on it, watching it, kind of huddling around it, not, you know, squeezing it too hard. But that's the thing. I mean, with him playing like that, he has the ability to kind of make the decision that he wants to make. He's not going to be forced into doing anything he doesn't want to, and it makes it really easy for this team on Onslaught to kind of rotate out and give their players the opportunity to make a play. I mean, you see too many teams group up, and that's what causes that clutter and makes an easy goal go by.
Absolutely. And we have Onslaught back on the offense again. This ball rolling slowly in the orange half. Sad Jr. be able to pick that one up. They left a lot of space there. Husky and Espion both pushing up. Husky, Espion kind of whiffing that one right there. Husky hanging back in goal right now as Classics tries to push this one out. Fireburner going to get bullied away. Jacob with a nice touch at midfield. Espion reads it well, though. Puts it over into the corner. 3:22 left to go. Still a tie game.
That's the thing. I mean, even though that touch to the outside was good, the fact that it was really good is Classics is able to dribble all the way downfield and completely change the possession of this game. Look at them now, able to rotate out. Look at the spacing that they're doing. This is what's going to keep these guys in this game. It's just a matter of putting them on net now.
Classics winning the aerial 1v1, putting it up into the orange corner. Husky's going to whiff the second touch, though. Espion's got his back, though. Keeping that ball up and into the orange. Going to bounce over on the other side. Now we're going to move over into the blue. Espion hanging back. Going to try and push it back over onto the orange. So Firebird's going to get a hit. Nice little kind of ping pong going back and forth here. Classics with an interesting touch there from Jacob. Did not get the touch he wanted. Now Classics going to try and drive it up into the corner. Seen a lot of kind of solo pushing it up into the corner. He goes for the goalie zone. Sad Jr. reads it well, though their positioning's a little off. Fireburner, though, able to relieve that pressure. Right here at halftime, still tie game.
That's the thing. I mean, we expected close games, but it's one of those things that until these guys start hitting their pace, it's going to be even closer. But big
what a
pitch
laser
like that.
beam
Oh
off
my
the crossbar.
goodness.
Espion going to put that one into the corner, relieve that pressure, give his teammates time to rotate. Doesn't matter, though. Husky couldn't touch it.
Man, Fireburner, look at him rotate up on this, just being patient, showing some poise. And that's the thing, again, being the first one to be on that touch, that's something that Husky needs to have confidence and no hesitation in to come out and clear that. Otherwise, stuff like that and shots like that from Fireburner are going to keep happening. 2 goals for him himself.
Yep, 2:21 left to go. We see Kings of Urban with a 1-goal lead. Espion's going to try and touch this one. Great shot from Espion. And Jacob, man, he was getting interfered by Classics, but he still was able to maintain car control, get up into that one. Impressive play coming out from Jacob, and now he's going to try and clear it out and away. We have a counter opportunity. Espion keeping the pressure up, keeping it over into the orange. And Husky goes up for the shot. He shoots. Oh, he shoots straight at Jacob, though, and he's able to get the save.
That's the thing. Jacob's doing a good job staying at home. Needs to be careful. Sometimes those guys, placement-wise, try to make a fake one way or the other, and then they just get some field side flip.
Espion going to pick this one up, try to push it out. Fireburner with a shot off the crossbar. Classics, Husky, and Espion kind of all out, clumped up together. Not the best defensive positioning. Classics able to set that one up. Sad Jr. able to come from the backfield, set it up for Fireburner, who passes back to Sad, putting it off the wall. Jacob and Fireburner kind of up on top of each other. Espion's going to be able to get most of that one, push it back over into the orange. He's going to try and set this one up off the back wall, wrapping it around. Easy defensive positioning there. Classics just leaves us into midfield. He comes back around to try and touch it. Couldn't get there in time, though. Oh, Jacob with a tear away. Oh, and he whiffs him out, faking out Husky there. They go up by 2.
Man, to see that complete change, like Classics here lays it perfectly for a teammate. He was being patient, expecting someone to rotate in, and nobody did. And because of that, you see that Kings of Urban is able to take advantage of that, completely change possession, and get a goal off of it.
That was impressive stuff coming out from Jacob there. 1:20 left to go. 2-point lead for Kings of Urban. Now they're threatening once more. Fireburner coming up from the backfield, going to shoot this off the crossbar. Classic sets it up. Not the best clear. That ball's lofted well. Sad Jr. setting it up again. Jacob was trying to come up for it, but then decides to bail on it. He's going to keep that ball in the corner. Classics hanging back in goal right now for Blue. Try and come out. Hell, Classics and Husky kind of tangled up on top of each other. You saw them, the Kings of Urban trying to come up and press that advantage, but they missed it there. Final minute of the game. They need 2 points if they're going to come back into this. Onslaught needs to start making this happen right now.
Yeah, they need to stop being so hesitant. The pressure just, from what we've seen from them, even Espion, like Espion is known notoriously for being the first one to the ball, and we just haven't seen it yet this game. He's making some good aerial plays, but it's not the aggression that we'd like to see out of this Onslaught team.
Yeah, the rotations have been a bit sluggish, and they've had a lot of time. This ball has spent a long time on the orange half. They just have not been able to capitalize. They've been wrapping the ball around the corners a lot. Not a lot of playing off the backboard, which is kind of the current meta, the current best move you can make. And so that's just resulted in a lot of kind of what we've seen here, just like pushing the ball up and then getting it cleared back out. Final 18 seconds here. Ball's back over on the blue. They're to be able to push this one back into orange, but at this point, ping pong favors Kings of Urban. They just need to hit the clock to hit 0, and they're going to have the win in game 1.
Yeah, Husky trying to make a good clear here, and that's the thing. They're setting themselves up, and if they keep making plays like that, oh my gosh, Fireburner flying from the sky.
Goomba stomping that ball there, Fireburner did, and that's going to be the end of game 1. 3-1 in favor of Kings of Urban. And I was kind of hoping to see Onslaught stepping up a little bit more. We'll see what they can do moving into game number 2, though.
Yeah, it's one of those things that with these guys, if they keep playing like the way that they are, it's going to be a Kings of Urban show. I mean, they're showing up very, very well. I mean, you look at the shot difference between the 2 teams. They're actually pretty even.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of those setups that they've had. I mean, like that one I was talking about where Classics, he left it right in the middle of the field. It was a perfect setup, just come in and take the shot. And nobody was there to do so. And it completely resulted in a flip side aspect of it where Jacob's going to get a goal. So they need to be a little bit more precise. They need to be a little bit more aggressive on those touches. But other than that, I mean, they're playing, they're matching them.
Yeah, no, and they have some good shots. They had some good opportunities. You know, they had a setup off the corner. Husky goes up for the aerial, shoots it straight in the net, goes at the base, but he shoots it straight at Jacob. You know, and that defensive positioning from Jacob was critical. You do see a very even number of shots here, but a couple more saves coming out on the side of Kings of Urban, and that gave, you know, that was kind of the difference there. That gave them the win. So we'll be getting into match number 2. shortly. As soon as these players join up, who is a player you look to come out stronger on Onslaught here in game number 2?
Espeon, for sure. Espeon needs to go up. He's so comfortable in the air. He's kind of their decider when it comes to they need a possession change or someone there to stop a shot. Espeon's usually the first one up to do that.
Right.
And it's one of those things that if he's doing that, it allows the other 2 players the confidence to come in and make the plays that they need to.
Moving into game number 2 here, we have moved over to Manfield Stadium. This ball is lofted currently in the orange side. We'll see Jacob be able to shut that one down, pushing it back over into the blue. Fireburner coming up from the backfield, trying to clear that one back out. Sad Jr. and Jacob both moving back onto defense, but neither one really got into position. Sad Jr. having to make an awkward save there. Espeon's able to set this one off the backboard. It's still here. Here's another opportunity. Classics couldn't get there. Jacob beats him to it.
Man, that's the exact same thing we were talking about, though. They have the ability to go up for shots like that, and the fact that they got 3 touches before Kings of Urban even got near it is what we want to see. They're controlling the pace, they're controlling the offense, and that's what's really crucial.
Great touch there from Espeon, keeping that ball out of his own goal. Husky now driving this one up. He's got an opportunity. Espeon putting it up off the back wall. See if they can come up from the backfield. No one's there. Classics was hanging back, playing it safe. Going to set that one up there. Right there, kind of the midfield point. Nice shot from Sad Jr. going off the crossbar. Husky able to get that one up and away from Fireburner. Great touch there from Husky, keeping that one out and away.
Yeah, Husky's got to be careful with stuff like that. I can't believe he made that save. Oh my gosh, the rotation coming through.
Such heads-up plays.
Oh man, these guys need to be careful though. Like if they don't clear this out soon, it's gonna spell trouble. And there you go. Good job, Espeon, on that read.
Man, that ball often right there towards the enemy goal. I was surprised the Kings of Urban didn't apply more pressure. They had really thoroughly blown the defensive rotation from Onslaught. They had a really good opportunity, but they just kind of backed off, let Espeon and company do what they wanted with that ball. Now we see the ball sitting in midfield. Classic's going to try and win this one around. That ball going to be bouncing laterally across the field. No one really kind of wanted to challenge this one right now. Fireburner coming very far from the back. Ball, a lot of kind of midfield ping pong. There's a shot from Classic. Sad Jr. able to put it over into the corner, though. Great stuff coming out there. Just the long range shots, though.
Back in, though.
Oh, going off the top of the crossbar, sitting there in front. Jacob able to clear it away. Some decent shots, but they're so far away that they're giving Kings of Urban all the time they need to get up and get the save.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the thing. Look at this back end. Oh my gosh, what a save by Fireburner, but put back in.
Oh,
that's
there goes. Oh, the team play. The pressure comes up strong.
Oh my goodness, look at this. This play by Husky. You thought Fireburner was going to be enough, but played immediately back in. That's what rotations do. Classics putting that pressure right back on and Espeon waiting for it. That is amazing.
That's the sort of stuff I wanted to see from Kings of Urban right there. Like they blew the defensive rotation and they immediately punished. Putting the first point on the board, going over to Onslaught, 3:03 left to go. Still very much anyone's ball game. Espeon and Husky trying to drive this one up the far side. Sad Jr. putting it back into blue corner. Fireburner upside down in blue goal right now. This is an opportunity if they can press this up with only Jacob back. They weren't able to move out as quickly as I would hope they would. Now that ball's going to be back over on the blue. Jacob coming up on the wall, trying to go for the 1v1 with Espeon. The pinch is going to send it over onto orange. Classic has an opportunity if he can just get the angle. He's not going to get the touch he wants, though. Fireburner and Sad Jr. both over in the orange corner. If he can just get this out and around, no one's back in goal. There's Jacob. We'll see what they can do. Halftime, though, still only 1 point in the favor of Kings of Onslaught.
Man, look at how aggressive these guys are playing. The bumps from both teams. I mean, you see Jacob headhunting now, and that's the thing. They're getting, you know, the pressure that they want off of it. But then you see the team on Onslaught come and do the same thing. I mean, they're reading each other, they're adapting the way that they need to, and if they can keep this up, we're going to have a very, very close match between these two teams.
Still only 1 point been scored on. Jacob going to whiff the shot. He had an opportunity. He threw it away. Classic's going to be able to drive this one back up over into the orange. You see a little bit more of a defensive setup from Onslaught right now. A little bit early to kind of be playing strictly defensive, but I'm not going to be questioning their decisions at this point. Classic put it over into the corner along with Espeon. Going to clear it off the wall. What a pass. Espeon clearing it to the entire caddy corner. Husky going to go off for the shot off the backboard. Here's anybody. Nope. Fireburner going to be able to get that touch. Put it off the wall. There's another touch. That ball sitting back at midfield. A lot of back and forth here. They weren't able to capitalize on that drive, but man, those were great setup from Espeon. Oh, this ball going to cross just on the far corner. No one there. Classic's going to be waiting patiently. Getting it past a few. He's just got to get it past Sad Jr. Nope. Sad Jr. gets the touch. Putting it back into blue. Good presence, good mid-range clearing come out from Kings of Urban, but they got to capitalize offensively.
Yeah, Kings of Urban still has plenty of chances here to get back into this. I mean, with only a 1 difference, they still have a minute 20 left. That's a lot of time. They just need to clean it up a little bit. Big passes like that and follow-ups like this are going to be what's going to give them the opportunity. Now that they have the ball on this side of the zone, they need to put it in.
What a touch from Husky. Keeping that ball out of the goal is quite the setup there. Good shot coming out from Kings of Urban. Classics now trying to set that one up off the crossbar. It's going to go bouncing wide. Espeon going to try and make it cross again. Final minute of the game. Jacob going to be able to clear it to midfield. Not kind of it was good speed on the ball, but it was kind of straight to the mid, and that wasn't exactly where you want to be putting the ball. You're giving the other team enemy shots. No one really backing goal at the moment for Onslaught. Espeon trying to go up and make a derpy save. Not the save he wanted. Fireburner was not able to get the shot on net. That was the best opportunity he's had in a long time. 40 seconds. This ball's sitting wide open in midfield. Fireburner able to clear it away. Espeon needs to fall back onto defense. They are threatening it once more here. The Kings of Urban need to score within the next 30 seconds or they're going to be losing game 2.
I'm really liking the setups for this Onslaught team. The pass plays that they're bringing out is keeping them into this game. The fact that nobody's been able to follow up other than that one opportunity that they scored off of with those passes and the aggression is good. I mean, it shows that both these teams are doing what they need. But that's the thing. Kings of Urban also has the ability to make plays, and they just haven't capitalized on them yet.
Oh, off the backboard 2 times now. Fireburner, though, with the tearaway opportunity. Just Classics back. He gets the pop, but it's still hanging. Husky coming from the other field. Able to put it over into the corner. Great touch there. Final second. As soon as this ball touches the ground, we'll have the end of the game. Oh, and they're still keeping it up. Fireburner has an opportunity, but no. Espeon able to push it back out and away. Still in the corner. Ball's lofting around, but you know it's going to touch eventually. A lot of players kind of, the rotations are getting blown on both sides. Classics needs to get up there. Oh, it's toe-toes. Nope, no one was able to touch it. That's going to be in the game 2.
I'm surprised Jacob didn't go for a shot there. But that's the thing. I mean, when it comes down to situations like that, I mean, it comes pretty much down to the wire. I mean, they fought for it very, very well. And that's the thing. When you're going between these two teams and they're getting back and forth like that, I mean, Kings of Urban had so many opportunities to score there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was. I was kind of confused by why they weren't able to create more shots. There was so much wrapping around the corners, so much less, and they weren't bouncing and using the backboard to the best of their ability. And I was really hoping that they would be able to shoot more, on target, because the wrapping around the walls is something we saw very early on in preseason and season 1 and stuff, but that's not something that happens as often now because goalies have adjusted to it, the meta changes. So we'll see what they can do moving forward here into game 3. We're back on Beckwith.
Here we go. Games between these two teams. Classic's going to come out and take a hit. That's the thing. I mean, they're applying pressure. You see how fast Huskies onto this ball and these pass setups through Espeon. Oh, they're so close. That's the thing. They're putting in the effort to make plays here. And that's the thing. As soon as they control that dominance and they control that pace, then it is up to Kings of Urban to make it. Oh, my gosh, that devil. Yeah, it's up to Kings of Urban to match it.
Jacob with another derpy aerial too. Oh, here's a tearaway opportunity. Can Classics get it past Sad Jr.? The last man on defense was able to hold up strong. Husky keeping that pressure up, though. It was up in the top corner. Sad Jr. making a great save, keeping that one away. Now Husky and Espeon both up in orange corner. Fireburner needs to win the 1v1. Husky's able to get the block, but Sad Jr. coming from the other side of the field will clear it away. The back pass from Husky. They decides to keep ball control. We see Onslaught moving over onto defense. Espeon hanging back in goal. Jacob's going to take a shot, going off the backboard. Excellent movement there, and there's the shot. The follow from Fireburner, just like I was talking about before the game.
Man, Fireburner had an easy goal there. Nobody's contesting him. Look how much patience he shows here. He's just waiting up top, mistouch, and capitalizing on it. I mean, there's nobody there to pressure him, and that's the thing. It's tough because Espeon should have cleared that out. It's just small mistakes like that. The fact that they're able to capitalize on that is a very good thing for Kings of Urban.
Yeah, but that setup off the back wall, like that's such an important way. It's so hard for the defense to know how to read it properly as the ball especially is moving away, and it's an easy setup for the offense. That gave Fireburner an easy shot there. 4:03 left to go, 1 point in the favor of Kings of Urban, and they have another opportunity right now. Husky's going to shut that down, pushing it back over onto the orange. Sad Jr. comes out, put it over into the corner. He's going to be able to continue to keep this pressure up, pushing it back out. Espeon on the wall, able to clear it back over into orange. Some decent mid-range ping pong going on right now. Espeon keeping this one up off the backboard. Sad Jr. is able to destroy that offensive moment, though, putting it back over on the blue. A lot of back and forth. Jacob with a tearaway opportunity. Classics in goal, able to clear it back over into the corner. But yeah, the team's kind of like, they're both clearing, they're both waiting, trying to look for a moment to push in, but no one really finding a chink in each other's armor at the moment.
Yeah, they're taking some time with this one. The pace of the game has definitely slowed down, and that's the thing. It's good because these teams are definitely respecting each other. You see some of these shots go up, and there's no follow-up because they're like, oh, if I don't hit this, man, they're gonna punish me for it. So the fact that they're respecting that, they're showing the poise, is good. I mean, it makes these teams play a heck of a lot better. The small mistakes that we're used to seeing just aren't happening as much. But if pass plays like that keep happening, expect some trouble.
Yeah, Classics there with the Fields backflip, not going to be able to capitalize that play, which was materializing into quite the team play. He's going to set this one up and try and turn it around, push it back over onto the other side of the field. Coming up on halftime, only 1 goal so far in what has been a pretty quiet game. Nice demo there from Classics. He has an opportunity to relieve some defensive presence, but he wasn't able to push the moment until before Jacob respawned. And Now we see Kings of Urban trying to push it back out, but this ball is maintaining very well on the orange half. Here's an opportunity. Jacob able to get up and into the way of that one, keep it from going in. But this has been great offensive pressure coming out from Onslaught.
Yeah, that's the thing, and that's to go back. I mean, Kings of Urban's doing a very good job of keeping them out of the net, too, when they show that pressure. Doing a good job on defense. Jacob's been a star, you know, with his defensive rotations. I mean, Fireburner flying through to make some critical saves. But Jacob has definitely been the rock. I mean, he's always there. He's always kind of denying it, and he's been kind of the deciding factor for the clear. He's showing some good patience, but at the same time, he's not getting overcompensated with the fact of, you know, hey, what do I do here? What's the situation that's developing?
Right. These players have been a lot of, but just so much back and forth. The game, like we said, like both teams have already dropped a game, and part of what has resulted in those losses has been defensive miscues and teams capitalizing on those. So we see both teams playing very, very defensively right now, not really wanting to be too aggressive. We're just wanting to kind of play it safe, and so that kind of gives us kind of the ping pong game we've got going on right now. 142 left to go, still only 1 point on the side of Kings of Urban. Jacob going to try and set this one up. Classic's going to pop it off the wall, kill its forward momentum. Espeon now going to move it up. Classic's on the back rotation, kind of almost blocked that shot for his own team. This ball has been sitting in the blue corner for a good 10 seconds now.
Yeah, big clear is what they need. You can tell these guys are starting to run out of boost. I saw Espeon actually boosting backwards to hustle back into net just in case, but stuff like this is going to be a big difference. I mean, the ability to play this up and give them a chance to rotate, especially with bumps like that, they're buying time, and that's fine. I mean, you need to have and find a right setup. You don't have to force it every single time.
Oh, here's an opportunity, but Jacob's going to keep that one popped away. Classics, and again, not playing it overly aggressive, not just going for every shot that he could possibly have. There's Espeon, nice back pass. One final minute though, and really Espeon, if they're going to turn on the gas at any point, Onslaught needs to do that right now.
Yeah, they need to put on some pressure quickly. I mean, a couple seconds left, especially with shots like that coming in. They need to be careful because you can tell that Kings of Urban is ready to turn up the pace. They're doing whatever they can. And that's crucial in this rotation game. The fact that these guys are spreading out and making passes like this. Like, look at these touches. I mean, first one's on it. Now, transition that in towards the net.
Right. Here's an opportunity, a setup. 30 seconds left. Jacob is hanging back, ready to take this ball out. It's going to be put back into the corner by Espeon. Classic's going to try and set this one up. Again, they're going for these wall wraps. They're wrapping them around the corner, and those are just so easy to defend against. That's not. It's kind of a low risk, low reward sort of situation, and that's not giving them any opportunities. They really need to play a little bit more aggressive. Final 10 seconds. This is the last moment they had to score. A nice kill by Espeon, just putting that ball flat on the ground.
My ball.
And now he needs to carry this out. But final seconds here. This is going to be quite the dribble if they're able to make this happen. Husky putting it over into the corner. It looks like it's going to touch the ground. That's going to be into game 3.
Well, I just got some really good news.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so these guys, as we saw, they were getting complacent, they were playing patient, they were respecting each other. So one of these teams decided, let's mix it up. So guess where we're going next?
Does it have to do with garbage?
It might be a land of garbage.
A land of garbage?
Yeah.
Like a wasteland?
Yeah, as cringy as that is, yes.
I'm sorry, I couldn't think of anything better off the fly. That's, oh my goodness, though. So
yeah,
first
wasteland, man.
As the player who's the more experienced of the people on the desk, what is the big differences that Wasteland brings to the table? This is the first time we've seen it on stream.
Okay, so for those that are unaware, think of this as kind of like a foosball table. Okay, the top corners are angled differently. That applies to 2 different ways. When you take a shot, the ball can rotate in. You know, you hit a ball into that corner, it's eventually going to levitate towards the net.
Right.
The other thing that can do is if you're playing from that and trying to jump across to make a save, the ground is not where you started. It's completely going to throw off if you go to make another touch. So I'm curious to see who's going to take this one. I don't know if it's a shot in the dark or if it was actually planned.
Yep. We'll see what happens here. They are going to move up quickly. Onslaught trying to press that one in. There's some good aggression coming out early here in the first minute. Espeon trying to set that one up. A nice kind of just block there in midair. That was a very funky touch. Sad Jr. going to be able to push it over into the blue. Now Espeon with an opportunity to push it up again. Gets a touch, kind of a soft touch. Classic going to be able to push it over onto the other side of the field. Take the boost and move back on the defense, letting Husky come out and press that up. Decent aggression coming out from Onslaught right now. That's where they get their namesake, able to kind of create the Armageddon of balls. We'll see what happens here moving over into the second minute.
Man, I actually think this map's going to really favor Onslaught, simply because of the fact of we saw them play so many shots into those corners and they favored and feathered in, but they're easily defended. But now when you have a different angle on those corners in the Wasteland, I think it's actually going to give them an offensive pressure here that they weren't able to get before because that backboard play that we talk about just wasn't happening.
Yep. No, that's definitely, you change up the backboard, you can change up the entire meta. Fireburner taking control right now, very patiently waiting for Jacob to come up and gain ball control from him. Espeon hanging back in goal right now as Jacob's able to angle it around him. Classics with a great defensive rotation, though. Going to keep that one out.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, when you got teammates like that, I mean, we always talk about how good Husky is because he's got so many players on that team that are very strong offensively, but to have players like Classics, which are an all-around good player, to fall back and give you the opportunity, that stuff makes a huge difference. And it gives you the confidence to play a little bit more aggressive, which is something that I think these teams need to start doing.
See what happens moving forward here. Classics and Espeon both falling back onto defense right now. Espeon hanging back in goals and be able to kind of come out and make this clear. Good touch there. Jacob was back on defense for Kings of Urban. Now he's going to go for the backwards aerial, trying to bounce it off the backboard. Nice cross there. No one there able to dunk, though. Kings of Urban, Espeon able to put it off the ceiling. Nice touch from Husky. Great read there. Able to keep that one up there at midfield, and now they're pushing back over to Orange. We'll see if Classics can set this one up. Doesn't get the touch he wants. Jacob's able to push it back out and away. Espeon passing back over. Sad Jr. No, Sad Jr.'s not in this game. No, he is. He's right there. My goodness, the players are starting to mix up in my mind. Sad Jr. does play for Kings of Urban. Yes, he does.
I mean, that's the thing with Sad Jr., though. I mean, he's been pretty quiet. I mean, I haven't seen anything completely out of him. I mean, he's notorious for making some pretty crazy aerial shots, but that's the thing. He's been playing more of the support role, and maybe that's the reason why these games have been a little bit closer. Oh my gosh, that shot.
Great defense there from Espeon, keeping that goal out. Right over crossing halftime. It's funny, we were kind of hoping that this would change up the pace of the game, but this has been the slowest game we've had so far.
Wasteman's a little bit more spaced out. You never know with these teams. But if play, oh my gosh, Espeon almost with the setup. That's the thing. They need to be careful with some of these back passes. They are working a little bit in offensive flair, but it's not enough to capitalize on a goal. I mean, this seems to be, they're missing that X factor, the part that puts the goal in the net, or the ball in the net. The goal doesn't go in the net.
The part that's actually worth points.
Yeah.
Putting the ball actually in the goal. There's Fireburner with the shot going just wide. We've seen so many shots out of both these teams kind of across the entire match, but then just so few that are like really on target with a lot of speed. They're either easily blockable or they're like just wide.
Yeah, there hasn't been any really wind up. Oh my gosh, this is going to be a mistake.
Speaking of which.
Yeah, like that's the thing. These guys are playing at such a slow shot. Like anything they do put on net is easily defended, like you said. Yeah. And that's the thing. As long as these guys start putting on some pace, they just need to have that follow-up. But that's the thing. Is it because they're matched so well that they're able to, go neck and neck the whole way? That's causing it to where they don't get those power shots that we've been seeing.
Yeah, neither team was really playing super aggressive, kind of like we talked about last game, playing much more defensive. And right now, there's not even a point on the side of Kings of Urban that they can kind of fall back on and say, oh, we're playing all defensively, so it's okay. We just got to kind of wait the clock out. Right now, we're about to approach the final minute of the game. No one scored. Fireburner trying to set that one up. Husky takes it from him, pushing it back out and away. Sad Jr. able to win that one at midfield. It's a very short-range ping pong coming out for both teams right now. Espeon pushing it up to Husky, who pushes it back to midfield. I don't know if the ball's crossed like 100 kilometers per hour yet. Like, it's just moving so slow this game.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. I mean, these guys just seem to be out of sync. Normally they have someone there to follow up and take another pass play in. Stuff like that, you normally have Husky there waiting for it, and that just doesn't seem to be the case right now. These guys are not playing at the pace and the capability that they are able to, and that we've seen before.
Espeon trying to set that one up for Classics. They're trying to just make anything happen at this point. If nothing changes, we might have 0-0 overtime here in game number 4. Wasteland is typically what I would consider a faster map. There's not as many hard angles, just more kind of slopes means you get to maintain your momentum. But so far, we haven't really seen that come to play. Final 20 seconds of the game. Classics with an opportunity, but Jacob's going to pass over to Sad Jr., who pushes it back over into the blue. Ball's sitting in the blue corner. Espeon comes out from goal, able to push that one back out. Fireburner takes a shot. That's a shot on net, but Husky able to get up and into that one, block it. It was one of the best shots we've seen all game so far, but easily defended by Husky. Final countdown. It's wrapping around the corner. That ball's going to cross in front of the goal. Fireburner with the touch. Oh, Husky's going to try and get it around. Oh, no, right there at overtime.
Husky, you had a chance, but he killed it, man. That's the thing. I mean, the top of the car does settle it really hard, and that's, I mean, one of those things you got to get your nose into it. And I get he was trying to flip into it, and it didn't work out in his favor. That's the thing. I mean, at least he was there. He was ready to set it up. He's putting in the right rotations. It's a matter of now capitalizing on it. I think this one's really going to come down to, in this overtime, one defensive mistake, or two in that case.
Yeah, just who's gonna make the critical whiff that ends up with the score. There's a nice shot. Husky gonna try and push that one out. He does. Excellent touch there at midfield. Classics with the follow-up, able to put it back over into Orange. Espeon gonna win the 1v1 with Fireburner, keeping his ball over onto the offensive side. There's Husky with an opportunity, but Jacob coming up from the backfield, able to clear it away. Again, great clears, great pushes, great pressure, but complete lack of capitalization, and just every team being able to clear off the other team's offensive drives.
And that's the thing. I mean, look at that opportunity. It's right there. They have the option, but getting contested in the front, and that's the thing. Where's the third guy to knock that in? Espeon, that ball settled all the way to the ground. Jacob needs to take a risk if they're going to win this game. And that's the thing. As long as they're smart enough to realize that as soon as I take that risk, whoever this A rotation guy is going to swing back to defense, you're going to win.
Oh, Husky with the opportunity, and he puts it in. There was the blown defensive rotation we needed. We're going to have Onslaught taking game 3.
Man, complete back and forth. Game 1 going to KOU, Game 2 going to Onslaught, Game 3 going back to KOU, Game 4 going back. Like, it's back and forth the whole time.
Do you remember what the score was from Game 1? It was like 2-1 or something?
It was really close.
Yeah, we've seen like maybe 5 goals scored across all 3 games so far. Just very, very defensive things, which is something we've talked about before. That like if teams that we talk about maybe they're not as good at rotating or something, that they're gonna be over aggressive and they're not gonna be trusting their teammates to take the shots. I feel like we're seeing kind of the opposite of that here, where players are not trusting their teammates to rotate defensively, so everyone hangs back on defense, and then nobody's ever going for any shots.
I mean, not only that, I think it's actually a part of too much respect for these teams. Like these guys are probably respecting each other too much because they've just played recently, and it started at such an overhaul where the game was just a complete blowout. Right. And now you look at it and it's like, okay, these games are super close, but the reason why you guys were able to blow them out is because you took those risks, and now you're not doing that. Like, what happened?
Yeah, I think that they maybe are not trusting each other, maybe fearing each other a little, fearing the other team a little bit too much.
Maybe it's the RLCS, man, the hype.
Never know. Then maybe the game's getting to them. We're back on Beckwith. It's midnight. We'll see if this changes things up for us. Husky going to kind of push the pressure up early, pushing the ball over onto the orange. Sad Jr. going to try and win that one. Husky gets it from him, though, putting it around the corner. But now we're kind of back on that standard map. Hopefully we can get away from the wraparounds, and we'll be able to go back to just bouncing them off the backboard. We'll see what they can do if they change it up. Who's a player?
Oh, there it is. Classics.
Classics going to be able to thread that one in. Maybe the earliest goal we've seen so far.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, you talk about this. Jacob barely missing that touch, and Fireburner missing it. We talked about small defensive mistakes, and Classics there to capitalize on it. That's the thing. If they can hold on to this, I mean, we saw the last game was only a 1-goal game. Maybe that's all they need.
Yeah, man, I'm really hoping Onslaught doesn't say, okay, we got the 1 goal. Now let's just sit in the net and keep it away. Hopefully they keep up this aggression. There's some great stuff coming out from Husky, keeping that one up and on. We'll see what they do as they move backwards here. There's Husky going to be able to creep that one up, setting that one up for Espion, who's trying to get kind of the mid-range, mid-air clear. Nice clear coming out finally. Hopefully be able to push this one out. There's Husky going to, oh, nice follow-up from Classics off of Husky's touch. Pushing that ball over into orange. Sad Jr. going to set that one up off the corner. Going to try and drive this one out. Passes up to Fireburner. Fireburner whiffs on the touch, though. Sad Jr. is still following him, though. Being able to push this one up. Ball sitting just dead center at midfield. That ball's rolling towards the orange goal now, but Fireburner able to clear it in the corner.
Man, that's the thing. These guys getting up for it. I was kind of scared there because Onslaught actually sent up 2, and they both actually missed. Like, they didn't get the touch that they wanted, and it settled down. But the problem with that is KOU also sent up too many. They're matching them, person per person. It's just hit it.
Yeah, there's been the 1v1s are very much 50-50 right now. Just kind of every time they come up, it's any team's gonna win. No one team is winning, like overwhelmingly winning the 1v1s right now. Jacob gonna kind of weasel that one past Husky there. Espion gonna be able to take the touch and try and push it out, but Fireburner with the follow-up. Just more mid-range ping pong happening, going back and forth. This ball's gonna go off the backboard. Here's an opportunity to score, but great read from Classic keeping that one out. Fireburner putting it off the backboard again. Jacob needs to turn around quickly. There he comes, Fireburner. That ball's lofted in front of the goal. Can Husky get it up and away? Nice pinch off the top of the crossbar.
Man, really good saves, matching these guys yet again. Able to get in front of that. That's tough, especially when it's hanging that high in that front of that zone. Above the crossbar is probably the scariest part because anybody can come at any angle. And with how good these guys are mechanically with their placement of the car, you gotta watch out.
I feel like the players, there's just not the offensive rotations. They get the defensive clear, they really do well, but then they bail on their offensive rotations so quickly to fall back onto defense. And it gives us kind of the scoreless game, but right now we saw a game like this last time. Oh, the pinch coming off from Sad Jr.
Man, that's what happens when you're able to sit and be patient. Sad Jr., look at him rotate up here. He's sitting there waiting for it. And that's the thing. Espion's either got to fight the guy coming down through mid, or he's got to fight the guy from the near post. And near post is what took it. So he tried to take it. He just got there too late. First one touch. The hesitation, it wasn't even that he hesitated. It's just he had too many options that he had to defend against. So when you're the last one back, that makes it really tough.
And Sad Jr. with an offensive positioning. He was up in the enemy court even when the ball was at midfield. That sort of offensive aggression is exactly what we need to see. They're going to tie the game up right here as we're crossing halftime. Husky now pushing this one up. Espion with a follow-up. Going to bounce it off the backboard. Here goes Husky. Oh, it goes off the top. Can anyone come up? No, they're going to be hanging back too far. Classics was not able to rotate quickly. Now Classics with an opportunity to push it back up. He's winning all the 1v1s. Well done there. He's going to put that one up. Gets a little bit too much speed, though. Husky's not able to get the touch, and Jacob's able to clear that one out. Espion trying to follow this one up. Going to put it off the backboard. If anyone's there, there was Husky, but nice touch from Sad Jr. Going to clear that moment.
That's the thing. I like these guys are taking that risk. There was all 3 of them up there, and if they would have missed that, and if someone on Kings of Urban was able to clear it, they would have been in trouble. But shots like this, being on pace, able to do what they need to, it's just a matter of the fact that we got a tie game now, they need to go back and resituate. Why did we score and how did we score? Let's do it again.
Yes. They just need to create the offensive aggression. There's a nice shot from Classics. Oh, excellent redirect. But Fireburner, Sad Jr., excuse me, with the save. Here comes Espeon trying to weasel that one up, and then that ball's gone off the post a number of times now. Sad Jr. with the fake, well done, and then going for the body block, keeping Classics away from this ball. It's going to move all the way up and into the blue side. Now we're going to be coming back down. Husky and Espeon, or Classics, missing that 2v1 there. Espeon coming out from gold and trying to push this one out. There's Jacob being able to pass that one over to Fireburner, who's picking up boost and is going to be ready to push this one back out. We're kind of getting back to ping pong at this point, but they really need to see a team kind of stepping up and going for the aggression again, or we're going to have overtime.
Yeah, curious to watch Jacob here. He's actually rotating up, and he just saw that there was a slight opportunity for them not to get it.
Espeon with the whiff. Not able to dunk that one away. Kings of Urban had cleared the goalies out of the way for him, but just, again, such defensive play, no aggression, no capitalization.
Yeah, like I was mentioning there for a sec, Jacob actually had the opportunity to go and rotate and be ready for the pass that was coming in from a teammate. And the fact that he had a slight hesitation and it was like he might not hit it, he rotated back. And he wasn't able to get there in time. And that's the stuff that you can't have. You need to have trust in your teammates to make these hits.
Oh, final 30 seconds. Husky with a great shot going just wide, not able to put it in. Espeon quickly falling back, getting just driven around like a sleigh by Jacob. Not able to get anything happening there. He's up on the wall now. Going to be able to clear that one back out and away. Classics hanging back in goal for Onslaught. He comes out to get the clear. Going to wrap it around the corner up to Espeon. Jacob coming from the backfield. Nice wall play coming out here from both teams. Husky going to be able to clear that one up. Espeon, man, that was not the best touch. He was going to be able to push that back into his own corner. Classics now on defense. Final countdown. Husky and Classics kind of overcommitted on that one. There was no goalie for a moment, but now we got overtime for another game.
Man, okay, now it's overtime. The slate's clean. Nothing else before this mattered. It's 2-2 in the series. Take this. This game is going to come down to it at the very end. But Husky actually with the oh my gosh! We're going to pretend that was on purpose.
No, I'm going to say it was on purpose. Husky here just driving it up. We were just talking about how a kickoff for overtime can reset things. He goes up, gets the kind of the touch off the back. Fireburner went for the read, but then the read wasn't there. Going to put it in. We're seeing Onslaught taking the series with 3 games.
Man, everybody at the desk, that's what's up. Like,
yeah.
Everybody expected KOU to take it, and that's the thing. With Husky and these guys coming out and showing that their roster, I mean, with having 5 players, they chose right today.
Man, so many shots coming out from Onslaught. They have, I can't do math either, 9 shots to just 3 on the side of Kings of Urban, which is a very big difference. I think the biggest thing I would take away from that is just ball control. They had the ball over on the Kings of Urban half of the field, but they didn't really have all that many more opportunities to score. They had opportunities to score, but they weren't capitalizing. They weren't good opportunities. They weren't great shots, you know. They weren't forcing them to make good defensive plays.
You're talking, you got 3 times the amount of shots as the other team, and you're only winning by 1 in an overtime because of a pretend mind game fake. We'll do it, I guess.
It was on purpose. Yeah, it was so
always
purposeful.
Purpose.
Wasn't it purposeful, Scott? We'll pass it back to you over on the analyst desk.
Well, finally, we got back onto the 3-2, a little free Rocket League. Scott Cole, James Bott, we got Leaf in here. Guys, come on now. I mean, this is fun, right?
Yeah, I feel bad because I had no faith in Onslaught. They're my guys, too.
Right.
Like, I completely sold out for that. But really awesome to see them step it up. This was huge. After losing their 5 games to Selfless, they needed a big result. And taking this one 3-2 against Kings of Urban, they're starting to get those games back. So I'm sorry, guys. I had it wrong. I'm happy and proud of you for making that such a great series.
I think that was one of the first times my prediction was actually accurate. So congratulations.
Congratulations, sir.
But yeah, no, I think it was weird at the beginning. Onslaught had a difficult time. They were stuck in their own zone a lot. Ended up just having to block a lot of shots just coming from KOU. So they got stuck on defense quite a bit, and they kind of picked it up going up into game 2. They just started widening the rotation. So you can see at the beginning, they're just stuck in their own zone. But widening the rotations in game 2 kind of gave them a little more momentum.
Yeah, they were kind of taking a page out of the Mighty Ducks book of just cleaning up the trash in front of the net. You know, make sure that doesn't go in. Onslaught did a really good job of that, but really just a lack of offensive presence by Kings of Urban. If Fireburner wasn't scoring, pretty much nobody else was.
Yeah, I like to see the Wasteland come out. I think it was Espeon I was talking to over the weekend, and I mentioned that there were other stages to be used, and he's like, oh, you might have to practice. So it was nice to see that actually come out. And the whole game, though, just felt very back. No one besides Espeon really taking control of the ball in the air. They just kind of threw the ball and let the opponents deal with it, and then it just ended up coming back to them. So there was no real control in the air with the ball. Just kind of get it out of here.
It might have been a little bit of nerves. You know, these guys, when they're playing on the stage, a lot of times you're risk averse. You don't want to go for those crazy shots. And really, we just didn't see a ton of opportunities on either side. But again, Fireburner, as you see here, the guy on Kings of Urban. And really, you hope that Sad Jr. and Jacob would be able to step up and start getting those goals.
Yeah, I know it was the one thing I noticed too at the beginning was KOU just leaving open a couple of open nets. So I'm glad that they kind of cleaned that up a bit.
Yeah, but Husky, the MVP there, as we saw those final 2 goals. Husky, you know, they may not have been the most beautiful goals that I have ever seen, but overtime goal nonetheless, clutching that 2 games. That could have easily been a 4-1 in favor of Kings of Urban, but Onslaught getting the better of Kings of Urban in both of those overtime games, so they have to be feeling good moving in to their next matchup.
And if chat's wondering out there, that's the thing. Sometimes you just need a little bit of luck. And I tell you what, we got a great match coming up. We saw both of these teams earlier. We have Orbit and Vex. They both went down 3-2 early in this, but they're going to come back with a chance of redemption. Don't go anywhere. Seriously, don't move. More matches coming up right here in the Rocket League Championship Series.